Welcome to Underworld Classroom, an article entitled Worse Than DDT, When You Eat This, It Ends Up Lingering in Your Gut, posted by Dr. Mercola, January 15th, 2012. Dr. Mercola interviews Dr. Don Huber, who is an expert in the area of science that relates to the toxicity of genetically engineered foods. GE is genetically engineered, GM is genetically modified, GMO is genetically modified organism, and these terms are used pretty much interchangeably. In the interview, Dr. Huber discusses the shocking discovery of a brand new organism in genetically engineered crops, an organism that has been clearly linked to the infertility and miscarriage in cattle, horses, pigs, sheep, and poultry that are raised on GE feed. In part one of the discussion, the hazards of glyphosate, the active ingredient in Monsanto's herbicide Roundup, and its contribution to a new phenomenon referred to as sudden death syndrome. And basically, the executive summary is about this glyphosate. The major danger of genetically engineered foods may be related to the increased use of glyphosate, the active ingredient in Monsanto's weed killer. Glyphosate, which uses the most common weed killer in the U.S. and just happens to be more toxic than DDT, and it can accumulate and persist in the soil for years, where it kills off the beneficial microbes and stimulates a virulence of pathogens. Since organic farms don't use this, organic farms don't have this problem. They have the good bacteria in the soil, and it keeps all the other stuff in check, all the other bad bacteria. However, when glyphosate is applied to the plant, it becomes systemic. You can't wash it off. It goes right into the plant, and when you eat it, it goes into your gut. And what happens is it compromises your immune system, and it destroys up to 80% of the good bacteria that you have that keeps other things in check. Moreover, glyphosate is a very strong chelator, meaning it immobilizes critical micronutrients. It renders them unavailable to the plant and therefore to you. So basically, a deficiency in micronutrients such as iron, manganese, and zinc can be reduced by as much as 80 to 90%. Also, glyphosate has been linked to infertility, and it is causing problems. It also causes things, since it disrupts the balance of things. According to this article, it allows a fungus to grow on things like soybeans, and the fungus is a very serious pathogen. That's another thing. They're discovering more and more things that are being caused by this. The soil ecology is being disrupted, and once it's upset, you can't correct it. It stays there. It's not biodegradable. It upsets the microbial ecology, and therefore, since we consume it, our intestinal microbiology. And why is this important? According to this article, we have healthy bacteria in our intestines that keeps things like salmonella and E. coli and these other diseases in check, and our health is dependent upon keeping these in check. And if we eliminate that check, either through residues in our food or through direct impact to our environment as it gets into the soil, quote, we're going to continue to see what we're seeing today. Look at Alzheimer's, thyroid problems, autism, Parkinson's, any of those diseases that have a tie with either the endocrine system or the nutrient availability. We're going to see these increase. And it also goes on to say that it affects our mood and behavior. So this is something that we do want to educate ourselves more about and understand the seriousness of genetically engineered foods. All links will be put in the description. Thank you for watching at Underworld Classroom.